Last week I highlighted reports about how Bob Brown is opposing a large wind farm proposed for Robbins Island just off the coast of Tasmania. The Australian saw this as a pretty significant story, obviously, and ran it on the front page. And I pointed out on the Kenny report how Brown has now opposed nuclear, gas, coal, hydro and wind power projects. Strangely, over at the ABC, given they usually pay a lot of attention to protests against developments and they also usually pay a lot of attention to what Bob Brown has to say, there's been precious little coverage of his latest protest. Perhaps the national broadcaster is embarrassed about Brown calling out the wind turbines, how many native birds they kill, how ugly some people think they are, and how they usually deliver subsidised profits to big business. At least the ABC's Annabelle Crabb asked the current Greens leader, Richard Di Natale, about all this morning.
I see that Rupert Murdoch's attack dogs are whipping himself up into a lather over this.
Always the victims, the Greens. Remember, before the election, he was proposing laws to silence people like me. Now, when people point out the hypocrisy of someone like the Greens founder, Bob Brown, then Richard Di Natale cries foul and says the attack dogs are out to get the Greens. Meanwhile, apparently the Greens still like wind turbines, just not in their own backyards. And globally, $230 billion will be spent this year on renewable energy subsidies, and this madness will continue for year after year to come, as we know. And not only is it failing to reduce emissions, but on all the available evidence, it will make no discernible difference to the climate. Yet onwards we go because people want to feel like they're doing something. Well, we're doing something, all right.